Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem B'Kakodash B'Akatah. Double honors to the elders, GMS will well. Peace and salutations to the elect Akim on the four corners, pushing the truth with sincerity. Peace be unto you. Now, this is a video I wanted to share about what's going on in Iran, because, we're watchers. This is one of the things that I saw while I was watching. Because we're waiting to get up out of here and be delivered from Babylon. And, any, thing that, brings us closer is worth reporting. And I'm going to, share with this article and tell you my perspective of it. Or not article, but video.
News from Capitol Hill, the Senate just passed a resolution reining in the president's ability to declare war on Iran. Joining me now is NBC News congressional reporter Leanne Caldwell. So, Leanne, I don't know the breakdown yet, but 8 Republican senators joined Democrats to pass this resolution.
Yeah, Katie, the news is that they passed this legislation, and they did it in a bipartisan way. So what does this do? It's a war powers resolution that puts guardrails around the president's ability to declare war. The reason this came up, and it's regarding Iran specifically, is because after the killing of Soleimani in early January and tensions were really high with Iran, a group of Republican and Democratic senators got together to ensure that the president doesn't engage in further military action against Iran without congressional approval. So Republicans, there were 8 Republicans who joined all Democrats to support this. They say that this is not a rebuke of the president. It's not trying to tell the president anything. It's just trying to assert congressional power and the issue of making war, really. But it's still extremely significant, Katie, that 8 Republicans decided to join this resolution when these days on Capitol Hill, so few Republicans are willing to cross the president. And also this is the second time that they have done this regarding war powers. Today it's Iran. Last year they did the same thing regarding Yemen. They tried to constrain the president and that country's tensions as well. The president, though, he says he's going to veto it, and he actually will, but it still sends a strong message to the president, Democrats say, Katie.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks.
Now, first I want to say is that politics, all this shit is theater. All this shit is, for show, shits and giggles. But, just entertaining, the shits and giggles is that once you say something like the president, we're limiting his ability to declare war, because first and foremost, Trump, he's small in this thing. He's a secretary. He doesn't have a seal. He writes, he signs things, he has a signature. He doesn't have a royal family where he can just leave his kids to the throne. He's voted in. President. He's not the king. But the thing is that with this, resolution that they're passing, the thing is that it actually puts more emphasis on the fact that any military conducts that are performed at this time, you can't just say, oh, President Trump, he did it, we didn't want to do it. You can't do that. Because America likes to, bomb people and say, oh, well, the president, he bypassed Congress and we really didn't want to do it. Well, this time, they're basically saying that Trump's ability is limited. So the next time when a military strike happens, then that means that it had to unanimously had been agreed upon by, the beast. So that's just basically how it is portrayed. And, and the thing about, something like this is that you still going to have, because you ever seen, let's say you at work and, you know, your boss has power or your direct supervisor. Then all of a sudden their supervisor says, okay, you can't fire such and such no more. Well, that means if a person gets fired, then that means you already know the supervisor didn't do it. It's the up heads above them. You know, so this actually just pretty much just shows.
Thanks for watching MSNBC on
It's like you from here on out. You know, it basically that all military actions that are performed in Iran, that, you know, this is agreed upon by the collective body. And now this is a good thing. You know, so all these little meetings Trump's having with, have a meeting with this guy over here, and they sit down and have a meeting, a diplomatic meeting with like Kim Jong-un and stuff like that. At least going forward, you know, it will make him less likely to have a meeting because, like, hey, I don't got no power over this. You know, so taking his power, you know, away, which again, like I say, it's not really taking his power away because he has none, but that just shows, you know, what type of climate, you know, we'll see going forward. You know, what type of political, you know, shit storm that they'll try to, you know, make, you know, out of this. Now, Slakia, 1 second. This is Psalms 49 and verse 5. It says, wherefore should I fear in the days of evil, when the iniquity of my heel shall compass me about? They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give God a ransom for him. You know, the evil days are approaching very close. Verse 8, for the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever. Verse 9, that he should still live forever and not see corruption. For he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish, and leave their wealth to others. Verse 11, this is the point I'm good to. Their inward thought is that their house shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands by their own names. Now, America is called by Americo Vespucci a cracker. And now they're making plans as if like they don't realize that, you know, they about to go down. Like, what difference does it make if, you know, you say Trump don't have congressional power and stuff like that? You acting like it matters in the grand scheme of things, because y'all about to be taken out completely. You know, this is the you know, the patience and the faith of the saints, you know, that we'll be able to take them into captivity, that we'll be able to kill them. You know, we'll be able to live to see the downfall of America the Great, Babylon. You know, because, you know, the scripture says that the saints love not their lives unto the death. This is Revelations 12 and 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Verse 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down forever for us, because we suffering and we hate our lives. But this is a short time, because, you know, we got eternity waiting ahead of us. You know, we in captivity over here for a second, but after this, we're not going to be going to any more captivities. You know, there's not going to be any more, you know, Jacob, you know, going off and stuff like that. You know, so it's going to have eternity. So it might seem like forever, but in reality, you know, this is very, very short. You know, and I just want to, you know, basically conclude the lesson on that note. You know, we almost out of here. You know, just continue to hold strong, Akim, and help you brothers have a peaceful, you know, Shabbat. You know, and on that note, give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem HaKakodash, that belongs to the elders of GMS Super Well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.